What's up, you guys? Namicon here, bringing you my perspective of what entertainment is bringing us. And today, I will review The Forever Story, the third studio album by rapper JID, released on August 26, 2022. It received critical acclaim by critics and fans of the rapper, with them saying that it is a wonderful insight on JID's formative years and was ultimately through on the introspective manner allows for an enthralling listen. Many said that this album has cemented JID as one of Atlanta's greats. It has this is The Forever Story is by far his highest charting album, reaching at number 12 on the Billboard 200. It is not his highest charting album that he is involved with. The the project that is his highest charting that he was involved with that charted way higher is Revenge of the Dreamers 3, which topped the charts around 2019. And there's another one called D-Day Against the Girls mixtape, which charted one position higher than the Forever Story. But for his solo career, this is by far his highest charting album. Um, this is probably like the late. I haven't reviewed a rap album in a long time, and yeah, this is an album that, whew, this album has a lot to get through. So before I listened to this album, I wasn't familiar with on anything JID has done. The only thing I've heard from him before I heard the Forever Story was his feature on Imagine Dragons' song Enemy, which is by far his biggest hit at the moment. With it being a top 5 single, it got more exposure towards his solo music. Enemy as a song itself is such a nothing of a song in my opinion. I normally go track by track on this album, but considering this album has more than 15 tracks, I'm not doing that. And instead, I'm going to highlight the best and the worst stuff on the album. Over a half a year ago, JID released The Forever Story. He released the single Surround Sound, which features 21 Savage and Baby Tate. It reached the Hot 100, peaking at number 90 and is certified gold. To me, it deserves to chart higher. This song is a bop. The way it samples Aretha Franklin's One Step Ahead is done really well, and the hook is very catchy too. JID and 21 Savage present themselves really well, especially the latter, who strives to improve himself, which I respect. And I like Baby Tate's performance. It's a good trap banger that knows what it wants to do. We wait a few months for any new content for this upcoming album at the time, and lo and behold, on August 9th, we get Dance Now, the second single for the Forever Story. It didn't chart, but it was popular enough to reach 5 million views on YouTube. It is another trap banger that uses its 3 minutes wisely. This song was a joint project with not just JID, but Kenny Mason, who is another rapper from Atlanta. When they released the music video for this song, they revealed the album cover for this upcoming album, The Forever Story. While the singles in this album are great, the deep cuts, I would argue, are where this album shines. Songs like Can't Punk Me and Kody Blue 31 are two of my favorite songs on the album. The former is probably the best trap banger in the album, with the chorus being absolutely loud, energetic, and JID sounds absolutely threatening. He goes so fucking hard. It helps that it features the rap duo Earth Gang, who did a fantastic job on the song. The latter song, Kody Blue 31, is probably the most introspective, is probably like the most darkest song in the album, where JID talks about aspects of his life on the streets not being in the best conditions, where he talks about racially motivated people lynching African Americans. The other part is that one of his closest friends constantly calls Jit's sister a hoe solely for being attractive, and Jit saw the death of his grandma and his mother bawling his eyes out. It's a pretty dark song, I would say, but one that's executed incredibly well. Another song that I should mention that really stood out to me is a song called 2007, which at first didn't even release with the album. They were JID was going through problems with sample clearance exclusively through YouTube, but a few a few months later he would release the song, and and uh, and it will be included on the album as like an extended version. It was supposed to end the album, but woof, what an album, what a song to end on with. This song is probably his most introspective song. I is probably his most introspective song, and it's also by far the longest song in the album. This song talks about this song talks about his uprising as a rapper and how much work he had to do as a rapper. And the first thing he talks about was idolizing J. Cole at the time. J. Cole, who at the time debuted his mixtape, which was pretty popular at the time. It got him enough attention, like around next year, to even featured on Jay Z's album, the Blueprint 3, which isn't it isn't considered a great album by many rap enthusiasts, but it was a pretty popular album, and it got J Cole more mainstream recognition, which is good, and and they he also explains what his life was like when he was in school, playing with friends and sharing his experiences, as well as meeting various people along the way, such as Earth Gang and more. He digs a little deeper into the passing of the years. It's given ultimately change due to an unexpected events that Destin had and how his life largely declined before what it is now. Yeah, so if you don't know who Destin is, it's JID himself. Destin Choice Root. Yeah, that's his full name. The there are a couple of my there are a couple of my songs that I really like "Can't Make It Change" with Ari Lennox. It's a really slow song, but it but like JID is done so well. And another one is the one with Little Wayne, Just in Time. They are so incredible. They are so. I would argue they've done really well. The I want to the bad stuff. I would say isn't bad, but like I think the song was called Stars with Yasin Bey. Yeah, which is most deaf. Well, well, I not sure, which I'm not sure why he probably changed his name, but like most def is literally considered the goat of hip hop. He's like considered one of the greatest rappers of all time, but like I'm not sure if not sure if the ener- I didn't I'm not sure if the energy was still there for both JID and I don't know. It was just kind of interchangeable for me. But like otherwise, this is the Forever Story is probably my album of the year. This album is fantastic. It is JID. The lyrics are fantastic. JID's flow is great. The production is cut. Let me talk about the production for a minute. There are a few songs that change completely with their tone, and normally I wouldn't like that, but somehow for this album it works. Like I don't know how Jid made it work, but he made it work, and I respect that. It's fantastic. But though to be fair, there are a lot of producers on this album. Jid, although JID included, but like anyways, this album is fantastic. One of the best rap albums of the current decade. It's probably my album of the year. Although to be fair, I haven't listened to that much albums that came out this year. I only listened to this one, Muse's "Will of the People" and Shinedown's Plan Zero. But out of all the albums I listened to, this is by far the best one. Although Muse's "Will of the People" is great, but the JID's "The Forever Story" is amazing. JID's "The Forever Story" gets a 4.5 out of 5. Do you guys like? So if whoever heard JID's "The Forever Story," did you heard it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and make sure you follow my Instagram, Letterbox, Backlog, and join my Discord, The Damage Incorporated, down in the description down below. This is Nanikon, and I'll see you next time.